Hello everyone, in this video we are going to use all JavaScript to perform some action here, just like here in the CRM module. As you can see, I have added a button, mark opportunities as one. So this button I have added using the JavaScript all.js, and it opens a wizard where we can select some opportunities and just mark them as one. So we are going to perform this functionality using all.js, and this button is only visible in CRM Kanban. So anywhere else in Odoo, in any other module, this button is not visible. So let's see how we can add this button in the Kanban view using all.js. So first of all, we have to find the div where this new button is being added in the Kanban view. So I'm going to inspect and try to find the class, the XML for this. So let's just copy this one and let's go to this file, Kanban controller. It is in web Kanban. So I'm going to Kanban controller and let's try to find. So here it is. This is the location where they are adding the button called new in the Kanban controller. Let's just rename it and regenerate asset bundles to just verify that we are in the correct file. So as you can see that the name has been changed. So what we have to do, we have to add a new button after this one. Let me just copy it and add the exact same button again. So now we should have two buttons here with the name new. Let me regenerate the asset bundles. So what we have to do is we have to add our own button. Let me remove this one. We just have to extend that template and add our own button, and that button will open a wizard. So let me just extend the template. We'll name the template, add the inherit, and inherit mode will be extension. Now I'm going to use the XPath to place my button after the new button. For that I'm going to use the class name as an identifier, which is this one. Let's copy this and put it here, and after this button we are going to add our own button. Let me just copy this code and use it. Let me rename the class and rename the text, and let's keep everything else as it is for now. Now let's just restart and activate our module to see the changes. Okay, now if I regenerate the asset bundle, so just refresh, see, we can see that we have a new button over here, but for now this button will not perform any action. We have to write the JavaScript code for that. So I'm going to extend the Kanban controller JS also. So the method that we are going to use for this extension is patch, which is provided by all. It basically lets you put your code, the patch or the part of your code, inside the main parent controller. So I'm going to just for now add a button as a method and console log hello world, and I'm going to patch my code over this Kanban controller prototype. So it will let the Kanban controller know that whenever it is rendered they have to use my code, include my code in that also. So let's just regenerate the asset bundles and put this here. So whenever we click that button, this method is called. I guess there is some error. Let's go back, and yes, we forgot this braces. Let's refresh again. I think we have to add these braces over here. Yes, that is the error. Let's refresh. Alright, so Now if I click on this button, as you can see, it is printing hello world. So let's continue and try to add an action so that a wizard gets opened up whenever we click that button. For that, I have already created the wizard model and a view with the very basic confirm button. It has lead IDs that we will provide, and once we confirm, click on confirm button, it will mark all the opportunities as done. So for that, we are going to use a service, action service, which is provided by Odoo. So I'm basically gonna import a set of services which is provided by Owl. It's named as use service and it is here in hooks. So now let's include that service in our Kanban controller. So for that, I'm going to inherit the setup method. I'm going to call the super, and then after that I'm going to add a new instance action service that will use the action service from use service. Now we can just use the action service. Now using this action service, we can call any action in Odoo. So let's do it. We can use a method which is provided inside this service, which is called do action. And inside of that method, we have to specify the type of action, which in our case will be act_window, since it's just a window action of the wizard that we want to open. We have to provide a model, which is this one. We can also provide res ID, but since we don't have any specific ID, we can just put false. Then we can specify the views also. If we want to open a list view or the form view, but in our case, since we just want to open the form view of wizard, I'll just keep it form. And then we are going to specify the target, which will be new since we want it to open in a new window. So let's just regenerate the asset bundles, and now if I click on this button, it should open the wizard. Let it refresh. Alright, so let's click on the button, and as you can see, it has opened the wizard, and I can select any opportunities, and once I click on the confirm button, it will mark all the opportunities as one. So let's say we have this opportunity, and this is the method that I am calling in the wizard, the same method to mark the opportunity as one. So let's go back, select that opportunity, and click on mark as one. Now if I open that opportunity, as you can see, it is already marked as one. Now we have another thing, that this button is visible in all of the Kanban views, but we just want it to be visible in CRM module in the pipeline only. So for that, let's go back to our JS, and we have something called props. Let's console log this dot props to see if we have some unique identifier that we can use to filter or put an if condition so that this button is visible in CRM module only. Let me regenerate the asset bundles. Alright, we'll go to inspect and console and click on that button again. Alright, so we got something printed in the console. If I go inside and if I scroll here, as you can see in the props, we have res model. So we can use this property to hide or show the button. As you can see, if I go in the employees, the model is different. So we can use props.res model to either hide or show our button. So I'm gonna put if condition here before the button tag, so that if my model is not crm.lead, the button doesn't get visible. So let's say crm.lead. We can put any model here. So only if res model is equal to crm.lead, only then this button will be visible in the Kanban. Let's refresh or regenerate the asset bundles. As you can see that the button is not visible in employees, but if I go back to the CRM, it is visible here. So this is how, using all JavaScript, you can easily add a button in the Kanban and perform whatever actions you want. So if you like the video, please make sure to subscribe.